Cool. Well, for our next guest spot, I'm really excited to have Mike from TBJ Gourmet. I met Mike last year at the Fancy Food Show. It was definitely one of the products that I tried that really resonated with me. I love, and it's one of my favorite all-time products. So, Mike, I'm really happy to have you on. I'd love for you to maybe just kind of introduce yourself, what TBJ Gourmet is all about, and then we can hop into kind of the topic we're discussing today.
Sure. So my name is Mike Orashevsky. I'm the co-founder of TBJ Gourmet. We make the trend-setting bacon jam, the first ever commercialized bacon jam. So we took an item that was, in gastropubs and steakhouses, and I was making it at my restaurant and figured out, we should put it in a jar and sell it to people because people like bacon. And so we made spreadable bacon. We focus on using the best possible ingredients for our bacon jam. We use an uncured nitrate-free bacon. But in addition to bacon jam, what we try to always do is help the home and the professional chef create the perfect bites that make memorable meals. So we want to give them tough to make ingredients, whether it's a bacon jam or some of our other sauces and spreads, that are a pain in the butt to make, but that they can add to their recipes and be the hero. We want to give them the tool to be the hero at their dinner party or at their restaurant or, when they're packing their kids' lunch.
Very cool. And so how long have you guys been around? Kind of what's the footprint of the brand right now?
So we started in 2014. So it's been, 6 years now since we launched on a Kickstarter campaign. And from that, we're now distributed all throughout North America, in the US and Canada. We're in gourmet specialty stores all the way up. We have a SKU in Walmart system-wide across the country. And then, some other grocery stores as well, Martin's and Spartan Nash out in the Midwest. And then we have some distribution in food service as well with the bigger distributors. So we're in restaurants from gastropubs, burger shops, to pizza places, to Italian restaurants. I mean, we got guys that do bacon jam on a scallop for an appetizer at high-end restaurants or on a flatbread. And then we got guys who just slap it on a burger, call it a day.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're kind of covering the whole gamut. So outside of it being one of the best products that I've tried, and obviously there's a lot of new entrants every single year kind of launching new products. So, and I just absolutely adore this product. Outside of that, really the secondary thing, and it might be kind of the focus as well, is really the whole aspect of upcycling, and really kind of where that's really kind of been a little bit more of the mission of the company. And kind of, can you kind of talk about how outside of taste and the quality product that you're providing, how upcycling has kind of played a part into everything?
Sure. So, there's a lot of brands out there, a lot of companies that started with a mission of sustainability and to end food waste through upcycling. That wasn't us. We fell into the upcycling movement because it made business sense. And then, we started this company at a time in my life where I was having a lot of life changes. And even having started the company, I was like, I really want to do, better. I just want to feel better about what I'm doing. So really started to drill down on upcycling for those reasons. I want to help out, change the world. But the idea is we take the ends and pieces of the bacon slicing process. So, you have your big bacon producers and small ones and medium-sized ones that are all slicing bacon to put it in the package. There's a first slice and a last slice that don't look pretty, so they don't fit in the package. They go into a box. That box is very often going to animal feed or, unfortunately, to landfill. So over the course of our business, we've rescued 250,000 pounds of bacon, perfectly delicious bacon that just might not be pretty enough to put in the package.
And then can you kind of shed some light on what the Upcycled Food Association is?
Sure. So the Upcycled Food Association is a collection of brands in CPG distribution, and then also retailers who are focused on upcycling. So a lot of people don't know that about 40% of all food in the U.S. goes to waste. So that's food that's left on the farmer's field because there's not demand, or it stays in a truck too long because the buyer overordered, or it's goes into waste because people made too much at home and throw it in the trash can. But a lot of it is in their supply chain. So the association is a group of businesses and some nonprofits as well who are looking to correct that, and we're going to correct it by making our supply chain more efficient and balanced by using everything possible, right? Everything that's good, delicious, healthy, that's not being used, we're going to figure out ways to do it. And there's a lot of great companies that certainly are more innovative than just taking bacon and put it into a jar, that have come up with some really good ideas for how to take, spent grain and turn it into something awesome.
Right.
We drink a lot of beer. There's a lot of spent grain going around, and just, marketing things that just aren't pretty to people directly to them to cut costs for the consumer and also have them feel good.
Is there kind of a shining star that you guys are kind of moving towards where you feel like, hey, the impact will be enough, or is there kind of something you're trying to move the company towards?
So for us personally,
yeah,
we're looking at more things. I don't know about a shining star where like we'll say we've done enough, but in our big thing is we produce a lot of bacon lard from cooking bacon. So my original program with that was to turn it into biodiesel. Not really the greatest use, not terrible, better than landfill. But we have we're developing a mayonnaise out of the bacon lard that is phenomenal. So as opposed to a processed canola oil or a any type of processed oil, right. We're going to take this highly nutritious animal fat and make a beautiful mayonnaise and mayonnaise based dressings that'll be paleo, keto friendly, certification pending, Whole30's compliant and delicious.
And are you finding that, like, obviously you're doing so much on the back end, you're putting a ton of your resources and effort into upcycling. Is it, one, do you make a big call out of that on your packaging and to the consumer? And two, if you do, does that resonate with the consumer? Are you finding that that's something that you can actually upsell customers on?
So currently about 65% of consumers want to buy more upcycled products when they hear about it. And 95% of people want to make more sustainable purchases, right? So I don't even know who the other 5% are, but I'm just like, no, screw it. Like, I wasn't going to waste shit. Sorry for cursing.
No, it's okay. I think we'll waive that policy.
All right, cool. So just believe me. So, people want to do their part. Upcycling and sustainability in the food supply chain has been listed by Fast Company as the number one scalable way to combat climate change. So it's something that people want to do. Now, we don't call it out as much as I want to, mainly because label changes for a meat product are pretty tough to do. I got to go to the USDA. And they're sort of confused, what is upcycling? If it's not a certification, is there identity to it? We can't let you make this claim on the label without, some sort of proof that you're actually upcycled. And then since the definition for upcycling sort of was just codified by an initiative from the Upcycled Food Association that had academics and industry experts and folks from the government and regulatory sort of come together and codify that, but there's still no certification, which is something that we're working towards. So for me, it's tough.
Kind of to be determined in terms of, being able to really push this out, and is it resonating with the consumer at the store shelf?
Yeah. So I think the consumer's much closer than the buyer, right? For the change, for the banners. Right. I think that's changing. I talked at last year's show with our primary distributor, KE. some of the upper folks were like, yeah, upcycling, like it's coming up.
Yeah.
And that was a year ago. So, we're getting there.
Yeah. I think we're on the precipice for sure. It's just about where is that, obviously, we at Westock obviously know about putting pressure on buyers from the consumer angle. So hopefully that continues with some trends like upcycling as well. So obviously I want everybody to try this product. So what's the best place for them to be able to find your products, whether that's in store or online, and then also, get in touch with you if they have any questions on the Upcycling Association or questions about upcycling?
Sure. So the best place to get information on Bacon Jam and TBJ Gourmet is tbjgourmet.com, as in the Bacon Jam, gourmet.com. And for the UFA, you're going to go to the Upcycled Food Association.org. And there you can find information about the brands that are already in the organization, and you can support them. You can join, and you can be an associate member or an actual member based on, if you're doing upcycling or involved, or if you want to support and help inform. And you can reach out to the organization there.
Awesome. All right. Thanks so much, Mike. I really appreciate it. I'm sure the listeners do too. And thank you.
Cameron, thank you.
All right. Cool, Mike. Yeah, I'll edit everything.